Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is your horoscope for Monday the 22nd of May going through until Sunday the 28th of May, and my horoscopes are based on London time, so that's UK time. Now this week is very changeable. The first 4 days of the week pretty much are about ideas and thinking and trying to implement those, and then later on in the week, Friday to Sunday, is much more about feelings and being intuitive. So it is a complex week and the pace is really quick, especially at the beginning of the week here. So Monday the 22nd of May, we have the moon in Aries, which is very forceful and driven and kind of focused on moving ahead anyway. That opposes Jupiter in Libra. It conjuncts Venus in Aries, so we've got more Aries energy here, and it sextiles Mars in Gemini. So we've got a lot of the personal planets involved here on Monday. It's a really, really intense emotional day for you Monday. You'll also notice that you have strong, really kind of a little bit over the top, kind of strong emotional reactions to other people, and you may be highly sensitive and also highly reactionary. So you might fly off the handle, you know, something that only slightly bothers you usually on this day may really grate on you, and you may say something about it. The underlying cause of this is not the other people or the things are suddenly more annoying than they really are. They're not. The underlying cause is that your uncertainty of how you're really feeling at the moment, and because you don't know exactly where you're at and you're a little bit in your head with all of this, things become blown out of proportion. And any uncertainty emotion-wise becomes much more of a problem because you don't know what to do with it, okay? So don't try and box and label every feeling that you've got on Monday. You're not going to understand every emotion you have, and sometimes it's okay to just say, I don't know how I feel right now, and that takes the pressure off you to kind of try and label things. Because, you know, if you're feeling something strongly anyway, you don't need to label it. If you're euphoric, you certainly have to say, am I feeling euphoric or just happy? You don't need to do that, okay? So take it easy on Monday. Think things through and try and keep the emotional kind of overreactions to a minimum. Tuesday is good because the pace really, really slows down now. The moon goes into Taurus at 34 minutes past 12 in the afternoon. And this Taurus moon then conjunct Mercury in Taurus. So both of these are in Taurus, the moon and Mercury. Taurus is the bull in astrology. It's an earth sign. It is the most grounded and the most practical of all the signs. So on this day, you immediately feel much more grounded and you feel more connected with your own feelings and what's going on. The pace is slower, so you don't feel as frazzled. And communication on this day is best done visually because Taurus is very grounded and earthy. Therefore, it finds it easy to connect with information in a visual sense. You could connect with Taurus with the masculine in that sense because men are often said to be more visual often, or to understand things in a more visual way than women do. So visual communication important on this day. There's also, if you're someone who is part of a religion or some sort of culture, there'll be added meaning from any rituals that you perform on this day. You know, like lighting a candle in the church or doing some other ritual. These are all tangible, practical rituals that we perform to give us some sort of spiritual kind of feeling, or we're putting something out there in the universe. It's a ritual to try and add something to our lives, okay? They will have more meaning for you today because of all this Taurus energy. Wednesday, the 24th of May, we've still got the moon in Taurus. It trines Pluto in Capricorn and it sextiles Neptune in Pisces now on Wednesday. And this is one of those days where you can really check in with yourself. You have the opportunity here to change a course of action that you've started on, but that you're not sure about. And to maintain the focus on the dream that you're trying to achieve, rather than just getting stuck in the details and just finishing something off for the sake of it. Okay, so you know, sometimes, like if you've signed up for a course, for instance, okay, it's going to be really a hassle and a pain in the neck to change courses and to change schools and to enroll for something else. Yes, that's inconvenient, but that is much better than just saying, oh, I've signed up already, I've lost interest, but I might as well just finish the course just to keep things simple. That's not the way to do things. And on Wednesday here, you have the ability to turn things around, in a sense, because you can check in with yourself and say, is this something I still care about or not? If it's not something you care about, it is a good day to change this course of action. The universe supports you in making changes, and it's better to be certain about something and to make a change than to be uncertain and to do nothing. Okay, so look at why did you get involved in this in the first place? Go back to the dream. So you sign up for the course because you wanted to be a dancer or you wanted to be a writer. Go back to that initial dream. Ask yourself, is this something I still want to do? Is there another way of doing it? So it's a good day to make changes to things that are already in place. And the big thing here is don't finish it off just for the sake of it. So if you're at university, you're in your second or third year, you hate your course now, but you're thinking, I'm just going to finish this because what's 12 months and I'll have the degree. Don't do that. Do things that are actually going to be useful to you. On Thursday, the 25th of May, we've got the moon going into Gemini at 16 minutes past 12 in the afternoon. And then we have the new moon in Gemini at 46 minutes past 7 in the evening. Now, I have made a separate video on the new moon. Have a look at that because there are always extra kind of influences that happen during these periods. But on this day particularly, communication becomes much easier and much less stifled. The desire to communicate and to express yourself becomes much stronger. That's the very basics. Now on Friday the 26th of May, we've got this Gemini moon forming a relationship with pretty much every planet in the zodiac. We've got forming a relationship with Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Uranus. And this is too much energy and too much conflicting energy for the moon to deal with and to make sense of. Even though it's Gemini and it can multitask, this is a bit much. So Friday may be a day where you feel somewhat overwhelmed. Again, there may be this uncertainty to how you're feeling, and because of that uncertainty, then you become reactive again. I don't know how I'm feeling, so I'm becoming irritable. I'm becoming kind of uncertain and restless and agitated and irritable. Again, try and keep things simple. Don't try and label every feeling that you have. Just let it pass by and just keep things very simple and focus on what you can do and what you do have control over. On Saturday, the 27th of May, we've got the moon going into Cancer at 11:26 in the morning. And Mercury is still in Taurus. That quincunxes Jupiter in Libra on this day. So you become much more sensitive and intuitive and oriented towards the home side of life. And you may even hear from an old friend. So a phone call, an email, someone you haven't heard from in years, decades even. So this is a kind of unusual day. So as you can see, the first 4 days of the week are really about ideas and getting things in place. And now here, Friday is a day of feeling overwhelmed. Saturday is much more personal with looking at the domestic sphere of life, focusing on friendships, reconnecting with an old friend. You may even be the one who picks up the telephone and reconnects with an old friend. Maybe that you're the one who kind of is overcome with a memory and you just remember someone and you give them a ring. Could be you doing that. Now, finally, on Sunday, the 28th of May, we have the Cancer moon squaring Jupiter in Libra. Mars in Gemini opposes Saturn in Sagittarius, and the moon also sextiles Mercury in Taurus. So there's the desire to connect with another person on an intimate level in a really powerful and strong way. You want to be heard and seen by another human being. Okay? So you want to be appreciated, you want to be acknowledged, you want to be recognized. If that's not possible for you because of your circumstances, if you're the sole researcher somewhere on a field trip somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Find a creative way to express your feelings. Maybe even if you're in the middle of nature and there's no one around, maybe sing or scream or yodel or do whatever that gets your feelings out of you. You may actually be surprised what your feelings are once you get them out of you. So it's important to delve into the emotional side of things today, because this day, Sunday here, is really the first day of the week where we're getting out of the head space and now we're really in the emotional. Saturday a little bit as well, but Sunday really we're getting in touch with the emotional side of things. And it's interesting, once you express an emotion and once you express a feeling, sometimes you weren't even aware that that was going on until you expressed it. And that's why it's important for you to let things out on Sunday the 28th, because otherwise you may not even be aware that that's how you're feeling. So it looks like a really positive, changeable week. It looks like you can get a lot done. You can get a lot of ideas in place and plan ahead. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. We can have a look at what's coming up for you in the rest of 2017. And we can also have a look at specific areas of your life, such as finance, career, love, spirituality, family, health, anything at all. So the website is gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.